Good day, Spades and Bangers, and today we are going to take Bram, the little BRM, for a bit of a drive. We're going to take him to the body shop to get a couple of repairs looked at and yeah, get some heat into it. Give it a proper drive today, so buckle up, let's get going.
Welcome to Spades and Bangers.
So the good news is the battery held its charge. The other bit of good news is that I managed to get the central locking working. I'm going to go first call to the auto locksmith place and get them to change the battery in the plectron. But I have, thanks to Project MGTF suggestion, taken one of the spades out, so hopefully that means that the heated rear window isn't working and isn't going to drain the battery when we take her out and then get stranded somewhere. But I have got my boost pack with me just in case. But yeah, a couple of trips to make, and then yeah, we'll give it a bit of a drive. Right, she's had a drink of fresh E5 just to keep her with nice fresh fuel in her. I tend to put in like between 2 and 3 gallons. I don't like the cars being too empty, but I don't want to have to be sitting having cars that aren't being driven that much with full tanks, because that's just silly. It's not really a good investment. Yeah, so she's had a drink. So far so good. I'm going to now get the battery checked on the plectron because that's not working, so hopefully it's not a fault with the body control unit. I think it is on these. Hopefully it's just a case that the battery needs changing. So we'll get that done, take her for a bit of a spin, and then we'll finish up by going to the body shop for them to have a little look at a couple of jobs. So we'll get back in a minute. So we're stationary. Previous clip you just saw, the battery was changed in the plectron, and which is probably stupid of me. It's not, the car immobiliser is not coming off, so I can't go anywhere at the moment, which is fantastic. So the lock place is going to try and use their programming thing to sort it out, but it's not going well so far. So we'll check back in a minute. So what was supposed to be a slightly longer video is actually now shorter because we can't get the immobiliser to switch off. So my recovery guy is going to collect the car, get it into my place where I have it things looked at, and they'll have a look at it. So either needs to go on the Rover T4 machine, or they need to replace the relays that control all the plectron and central locking and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sorry this video is foreshortened, but again, I'm showing you sort of the reality of owning and buying and dealing with older cars. So, you know, that is part and parcel of it. So thank you so much for watching. We'll bring you some different content in the next few days, and hopefully we'll have the BRM back on the road really soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. We have managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, because the boss man of the lock and key place got back and said, oh, we just need to try an older programming machine. He said the older cars, like the Rovers, when they release new software and new machines, the data for some of the older ones can get corrupted. So Bram is alive, thankfully, so we can continue on what we were doing. So we're going to go for a bit of a drive, get some nice warm air into him, and then go and take him a little expedition to the body shop just to price up a couple of little jobs need doing. So those are just realigning those bumpers, which I completely forgot about. So get the bumpers realigned. Obviously, as you know, we've already had the alloy wheels refurbished, but also just a bit of crust in the back where the boot slam panel is. Just need to get some little bit of a repair in there. So that's all good. But I'm going to go for a little drive in him now, just to enjoy him. I said I was going to enjoy him, and I'm damn well going to. So we'll get out of town a bit. The rear dampers in this car, the rear shock absorbers, are quite hard, so I might look at changing those out at some point, because it does spoil the ride a little bit. But he's driving really nicely this morning. Probably going to regret taking him out on salty roads, but we'll give him a damn good wash at some point, just to prevent any unnecessary corrosion. But you know what, just jumping in him this morning, I know we've had a bit of a problem, but just jumping in him this morning, and I'm enjoying it. I'm glad I have decided to keep this car, because it has got some personality. It's great fun to drive, and it's doing quite nicely. So I'm going to go and cancel the booking I made with my garage to have work done, because that needs to be done. But what better way of getting there and telling them than driving there in the BRM? So we'll check back in a minute when I'm back on the way to the body shop. I am having a thoroughly enjoyable drive. I'm feeling a bit confident because the road's nice and dry, mostly. So I'm chucking him into corners, and he's really enjoying it, actually. So we'll now make our way to the body shop. Going beautifully this morning. Brakes are nice, feeling nice, other than just a bit of bumpiness from the back when we go over a few bumps like we're about to do now. Yeah, he's certainly got a spring in his step. So what's the plan for Bram? So yeah, we need to get the electrics looked at. As I said earlier in the video, disconnected the heated rear windscreen for now, so we'll have to manage and use my ever favourite microfiber cloth just to keep the damp down. I'm going to drive him more, learn the car, get a feel for the car more. But yeah, I am smitten. If that alarm hadn't have gone off a few Thursdays ago at night, and I hadn't have sat in him at 10 o'clock in the evening when I should have been in bed, you know, the car would still be for sale. And here's a nice view of the back of a yellow refreshing hydration drinks lorry van. Yeah, if that alarm hadn't have gone off, I would have probably gone, no, it's being sold. But just that something changed in me. So no, I'm gonna keep this car, and probably have to make a decision on the Fiat as to whether to keep or not keep that. And I think probably not keep. The BMW's up for sale, so we are kind of reducing the fleet a little bit. Yeah, get just a couple of minor bodywork repairs done. I'll probably give her a good service myself. Give him, sorry, I've got to make sure, not confuse him with Kitten Face, who's female. Bram is definitely male. Yeah, make sure all the oil and filters and everything is nice. Because again, don't know when that was last done. The car's come with no history, which is fine, you know, a car like this. Yeah, get him some love. Now, I'm a big one for listening to the radio in the car, but with so the BMW, there's always music on, because there's not really any soundtrack on the engine to listen to. But this one, I just like listening to the K series, just growling occasionally. I'm not going to be terribly growly because I'm in back in town now, but it's just really nice just sitting. Obviously I'm making a video and talking, so I'm not going to have the radio on while I'm doing that for politeness, because you don't want to listen to the radio, you want to listen to me. But also for copyright reasons, obviously. But yeah, I really started to appreciate just listening to a car's own soundtrack. Obviously with Kitten Face, I've got the lovely Jan Speed exhaust that sounds quite nice, and will hopefully sound even nicer when the bumper's been trimmed. And oh boy, I can't wait to get the ZT260 on the road, because that's definitely a car where you don't need the radio going one little bit. Just arriving at the body shop place. Absolutely glorious day. Really nice. So let's go and see these guys, and then we can get a price on the work that needs doing. So that's good. It's just a question of lining stuff up again. So that's not, the bodywork isn't actually too bad. It's that stuff's out of line, and what they think has happened is the front wings aren't original, and they've used pattern parts which don't line up properly. So the bumper just need re-drilling, and the front bumper will line up. They can polish out the slight scuff in it, and then we're good to go. And then the back, they just need to realign things there. But they'll advise, they're not going to quote me on the back of the car yet, because they want to get the bumper off and just see what's going on around it. So it's good, nice, honest advice. It's what I like. And the place has just been, been recommended to me, which I like that. Word of mouth, best advertising in my book. So we'll get this little baby home and wrap this video up for today. So you thought the video was going to end early, it didn't. We're back, everything's okay. So thank you for watching this episode of Beards and Bangers. Please do not forget to like, subscribe and share. It's greatly appreciated. And I will see you again very soon. And this time I mean it. Goodbye.